Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Wednesday to you. May 26th. Failed to deliver day, according to the chart. And yeah, didn't disappoint. Pretty good day today. I kind of was expecting, actually yesterday was the failed to deliver day. I figured today would follow the other failed to deliver days where it would either where it'd come back down basically. We haven't had that, which is good, but we also haven't had a lot of positive price action with volume, which, you know, that's so I'm not trusting it yet. This super low volume, I think this stock is still manipulated. I think this move is all prepared for, and this is all part of the plan that they have. So I think this is still controlled. It's in a controlled environment still. It's not broken free and operating in a natural way. And the volume is an easy indicator of that. Let's look at these other failed delivers though. So see this day? So ran up, next day ran up a little bit and then kind of settled down and closed down here. That's kind of what I was expecting for today if it didn't break out today. I didn't think it would. I thought it'd do one or the other. Same here with this one. This one kind of came, or no, I'm sorry, not that one. This one right here. So this one did the same thing, kind of came up and then ended up closing here. This one's sort of the same deal. On the second day, it actually went a lot higher, but ended up closing back down here. Yeah, so these are kind of what I was expecting, and same thing with the volume. I thought similar volume, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Not a whole lot more. I figured if it was a bunch more, then we would be breaking out, and we didn't get a bunch more. And why it's manipulated is right here. Look at this. This is highly abnormal. I've never seen this before, where you have and I was watching it open. It was zero volume. The bell rang, and then I was just looking at the 5 minute, and it immediately just said like 3 million volume. So that's not like traders. That's not. That's either market makers, the options market makers, buying shares to hedge for a gamma squeeze. I'm not sure if they can do that extended hours or if they do that during normal hours. Hedge funds, I don't know. But it's not normal. You see this huge volume spike right here? Yeah, in that 5 minute candle we have 3.4 million, which is great. But typically if you're gonna have 15% move after hours, and then a stock opens up 15%, and there's 3.4 million, it's not gonna just die off immediately to 1 million. I mean, given the volume is usually the greatest in trading day in the first hour or two, so up to about 10:30, 11. Yeah, it's going to taper off after that, and it did, but this is not normal where it tapers off after the first 5 minutes. Maybe someone has an explanation for that, but I've not seen this before. So 3.5 million, and then 1 million, and then 5 minutes, and then it's 500,000, and then it's 500,000, and yeah, and then it just died out, and our volume is back to almost normal, or almost the super low volume we've been having. It's a little bit higher. If you look at the 5 minute candles the other day, it was some were under, it was like or 500 or 50,000 rather, and then up here most of these are at least 100,000. No, we've got some 50,000 in there. So yeah, it's super low volume today also, after this big spike. So I think this was planned for. They probably, you know, the red crypto market, the red overall stock market, the last couple weeks they've been liquidating and preparing for this. Maybe this was just enough. Basically they could afford this much of a move. They covered just enough for the failed to deliver to keep kicking that thing down the road, because this is not a failed to deliver cycle breakout, in my opinion. Again, like I was saying in our video yesterday, got to be big volume and big price action. We didn't really get both. The volume was pretty good, given it's good, and the price action, yeah, I mean, it is pretty good. It's just not what I was expecting. This maybe is it. It's just not going about the way I imagined it, and it definitely can. I don't want to put a stock in a box, and maybe this is how it starts. But when I see it on a huge 3 million candle and then it just dies off in volume and stays flat, I just don't feel like this has caused anything yet. I don't think anybody's having to panic cover. I don't think any margins are being called. I could be wrong. I don't think any market makers are covering positions with computers, requesting whatever price that it's available. I mean, with that, we would see crazy price action, and we didn't. It was literally all after hours, and then it's just flat. So, market's closing in 3 minutes. This is good, though. I mean, this is a good thing because it's holding this floor. I'm surprised it's not dumping, honestly. At least down to kind of this range. And maybe I'm a day early on it. Maybe tomorrow it will kind of settle down into... I feel like it'll probably trade between this 220 and 235, or maybe 200 and 220. But yeah, maybe it's tomorrow that will end up happening. This thing gets pumped and dumped so much by market makers and hedge funds. It's just so gnarly to try and trade options with it. Whew. But yeah, so I don't know. I did a lot of different option plays today. Sold out of some. Basically, when I saw that the volume wasn't keeping up, we had that big, nice 3.5 million in the first 5 minutes, and then just died and never came back. I got kind of excited for some of these candles and a little bit more, but I was like, wait a minute, this... And I still have exposure, so maybe it'll keep going. I mean, the technicals look good. It's got a nice bull flag here. It's above the 9 moving average. MACD is good. RSI is settling down. Like support and resistance, these are resistances, so we're above that 237. We have to break through that 246, but that all looks good. But GME is highly manipulated, so even if technicals look good on the hourly, that doesn't mean it won't just get dumped. So that's why I don't have too much confidence. And then on the daily, yeah, I mean it's overbought on the daily as well as the hourly. MACD is looking good. I mean, the volume today is good. It's better than yesterday. I mean, maybe I'm just too quick to jump to conclusions. This stock has consumed so much of my life at this point where it owes me a lot. That's how I feel. But yeah, maybe this is good. Maybe there's a good amount of volume and it's nice consolidation and we're golden. And it's gonna act like a normal stock now, not just act all manipulated. So we'll see. Next resistance, if we trade, or if we're flat and there's not crazy after hour moves tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe we'll just trade up in this range for a bit. And maybe the hedge funds are fine with that. Maybe they won't get margin called up here. They've liquidated enough assets to be able to handle it up here, and we'll wait for the next fail to deliver. Or, you know, there's going to be stuff before that. We've got the shareholder meeting. We've got, I think, more SEC stuff coming in. So could be a lot of different things. Maybe part of the reason this held up today was because of the NFT news, and yeah, but it definitely seems like it's still being suppressed. I don't think this is the start of anything so far. Again, this volume looks good. It's nice. But I want to see candles like their volume bars like this. 63 million. For me to think this squeeze is starting, some squeeze or gamma squeeze or something. This looks like they're still able to control it. The puppet master is still awake. That's what I'm claiming. He's still alive and he just got a fresh cup of coffee. So yeah, on our plays on it, I don't even know what I did. I mean, we made money because I cut out early. I wanted to ride stuff longer, but the spread's a little funny, but it might be up 1,800 on it today. I don't know. No, that's on the month, isn't it? Yeah. I think we're up like 500, 600, yeah. So I've got the exposure I still have on it is these are all for Friday. I've got nothing for next week, just in case this is a fail to deliver cycle and next week we're just like flat again. I don't want to get crazy exposure for next week. But for this week, this one's probably my best bet. It's a put credit spread at 185, 187.5. So basically GME has to close above 187.5. It's almost at max gain. I'm letting it ride a little longer. I feel like we're pretty safe to close above 187.5. I could be wrong, but since it is I'm selling premium on this one. time is on my side. So the longer the time goes by, the more money I'll make on this one. This is a 400, 410, kind of a, not a YOLO, but kind of just in case this week it does go crazy. I only got one of them. 20 bucks, 9.79. And again, if it starts to go crazy, I'm going to scale into more exposure for this week, but I'm not confident yet. I am not confident yet. I thought by today I would know, okay, yeah, fail to deliver cycle, it's going to dump down some and settle in a range, or this is the beginning. And it's inconclusive. I thought I'd be conclusive today, but I'm not conclusive. Another small little play, 290, 300 debit spread. We'll see on that one. I don't know. Depends on how tomorrow goes. Look at this. What a mess. I'm not even gonna go over this. Yeah, came in and out of a few different times. Yeah, and we profited though. I wish E-Trade would just organize it just a little bit. Like, you don't have to be Robinhood, but just, why do I have to be like a nerd stat man to understand what's going on? Okay, continue on. I got in TKAT. If you flip this chart upside down, I got the bottom. I bottom ticked it perfect and basically bought the dip better than I ever have before. So here's my position. Just, you know, flip upside down. You'll see what I'm talking about. That's the problem with limit orders, and I have to change my default settings, but I limit order and then it's going and I keep raising it, and then it's finally up here. So I started here and then as I boom. That's why sometimes I just like to market order. But I think TKAT's a good one. TKAT ran up a bunch today, 23% is NFT play. I think it ran up on the GME NFT news, and then just any of the NFT ones will go up in sympathy. And as well as there was Apple news today that I think they're looking for crypto. They're trying to hire someone in crypto space for payment options. That could also keep this one afloat. TKAT's a low float. It was a penny stock. You guys don't know about it. I mean, it was cheap back here. Had this crazy run up when all NFTs were going. What I like about it on the chart though, we've got good volume today. It's on the daily. It's got this doji down here, which kind of is a sign of a reversal. Hasn't fully crossed over the short-term moving average, so it's not good. MACD hasn't crossed over. RSI has ticked up though, and so has the MACD. It's ticked up, hasn't crossed over though, but it looks good. I'm hoping we're gonna get another move like this on TKAT. Could be wrong, but hopefully another 4 or 5 day thing up to 40 would be awesome. But this one does kind of pump and dump, so we'll see. But it hasn't really. This was its initial run and then it kind of settled, and I don't know, this might even be a long-term play for some people. But another big reason, and probably the biggest reason, is the borrow fee. This one has been on the highest borrow fee of any stock on and off for a while. It was at like 400% at one point. It's basically 400% to borrow the share, the fee that they're paying, interest or whatever. I don't know. High is good though. So when this thing starts to run, it starts to go crazy because it just kind of has these squeezes. Kind of just goes through these little squeezes when the borrow fee is so high, and there's not many available. I mean, it's a low float, so it's not going to have a ton available, but yeah, I like it. You can see back here, look at the borrow fee back here is 481%, which is insane. There was none available. Then you can look at what close. So here was the price when there was none available. That's when it was at 70 something dollars. No shares available. I don't know why the borrow fee it's not even showing up there. Oh, I guess because there was no shares available, so you couldn't have a borrow fee. That makes sense. And then here when it came back, it was 376. So we're not at that point still, but 113% borrow fee is pretty insane. So I think this thing is poised to be able to make a run, although it could just bounce here and keep dropping. Hard to know. It hasn't really done that in the past, like today. Today was an external event though, so it could be somewhat just from the news, and it won't have much follow through. I'm not sure. Not sure on that. What else? Our long term is up today actually. Almost sold covered calls in Airbnb. Oh, probably should have. Corsair also. These are all looking like they're at a bottom now, and they're gonna start going. On the daily, this thing just crossed over, got a 9, green almost over the 9, MACD's crossed, RSI's ticked up, green on the histogram. And we've got this nice support here, so I'm thinking I'll wait on a covered call on that. Rocket, I don't know what happened with Rocket today if there was news, but it had a run up too. Is it too late? I don't think it's too late. This is like all-time lows for Rocket. Yeah, this one looks good. Also, same deal, just crossed over MACD. Green, it's not above the 9 moving, but it's a solid green candle and pretty good volume, and RSI popped up, so I think these are just getting ready to run. However, then you factor in with GameStop and how that might sell off the entire market. But maybe things like Rocket will actually go up with GameStop because they're heavily shorted, so they have to cover these positions also. A lot of different theories to think about. Our GME shares, yeah, of course, they did well today. Up 776 on this account, 12%. Just have the GME shares in here on TD, and then on Webull, up about 1,000 on the shares, up to 12 grand on this account. Oh, I did do a couple actually day trades on here. I bought Walgreens. I got some puts on Walgreens because I guess Amazon's gonna have they're doing pharmaceuticals or something, mailing pharmaceutical drugs. I don't know. It was bad news for Walgreens and Rite Aid. I sold out of all of them. News plays, sometimes they continue on, but I'm not trying to get long exposure. Everything's so just jumpy right now. It's nothing has continuations, it seems like. So they both kind of sold off today from it. Here's that sell-off from that news. And I posted the news on our Discord. So if you guys are on our Discord, hot news. I post that and then different trade ideas I'm doing or whatever. But yeah, TKAT, I'll hold on to that. We'll see. I think that'll be all right. And look on here. Let's see what we got going on there. Just gonna pull up the Fidelity long term now so you guys can see it. I'm unfamiliar with what's going on with this one, but yeah, so here's our long term. IMMR's up 5% today, Rocket's up 3, Square's up 2.8. Wow, it's a big green day on here. Corsair's up 2.3, Tesla's up 2.3. I was gonna open up a put credit spread on Tesla. Never got filled and never kind of took a dip like I liked, so didn't do that. It'd be a bullish play. I guess it's probably good we didn't. But yeah, here's our long term now in all its glory. It's got our cost basis. It's got Airbnb here now. I moved it over from E-Trade. So yeah, this one is legit. But I hear Fidelity has the best execution like rates, but I don't want to do any trades on Fidelity because this is so difficult to work with. On the app is probably better, but I'm not trading on an app, so I don't know. Maybe I will just for the long term stuff. Like I just pretty much want to do covered calls, so I guess I'll do that on the app. But there's the long term, and GME, it's holding strong. I'm inconclusive. I mean, on the chart it looks like a nice bull flag on the hourly. It's overbought, but daily looks extended. There's the rule, or typically I guess stocks will fill in the gap, so I don't know when that'll happen, but that gap between the days, we'll see. That's what I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT. And then, yeah, like I said, you can jump on our Discord if you want. And we will see you tomorrow, maybe today after hours. Something goes crazy. Once I think it's starting to squeeze, I will set up my plays. Well, that's a good volume on the 5-minute. I'm going to set up my plays and then I'll probably start live streaming. But I didn't today because I didn't think it was starting. It's just not enough volume. I mean, just not enough. It's got to be a lot like this. 143 million or 60 million at least. Not these volume for ants, these 20 million. Come on. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace out.